What's cracking, fight fans? Welcome to MMA Fight Watch. Today we have a little bit of news about the UFC 203 salaries, and you may see by the headliner, CM Punk got paid half a fucking mil for 2 minutes work. Holy shit, that boy got paid. And we're gonna go in and break down the salaries right now. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you drop a sub, smash the like button with a massive kick to the head, that oblique kick, boom, to the fucking knee, fucking do it. And we're actually reading an article here on MMAFIGHTWATCH. We'll leave this link to it in the description. Shout out to MMAFIGHTWATCH, some sick work over there. We're going to go down and just look at the actual payouts. And as you know, these are only the publicly disclosed payouts. There's a lot of stuff like pay-per-view bonuses, pay-per-view points, and like sort of like bonuses they give, checks they throw at people for certain reasons, and all the loads of other stuff that they do behind the scenes, loads of smoke and mirrors. So they don't actually tell you how much guys definitely get paid, but this is their show money. This is money we know they definitely got. And we're going to start off with the main event. We've got Stipe Miocic picking up 600k versus Alistair Overeem, who he defeated, who got 800k. Fabricio Verdum 250,000 plus 125,000 win bonus, and defeats Travis Brown, who gets 120k. Mickey Gall gets 15 and 15, so 15 for showing up, 15 for winning, versus CM Punk, who gets 500k just for showing. Damn, son, that's crazy. Talk about that tomorrow. Towards the end of the video. We got Jimmy Rivera, who beat Uriah Faber, got 24 and 24. Uriah Faber getting 160 show bonus, but he is a guy that's been around for quite a while. He's got a bit of a fan following as well. Jessica Andrade gets 23 and 23, defeats Joanne Calderwood, who gets 25. Betch Correia on the Fox Sports 1 card gets 25 and 25. Jessica I gets 25. Brad Tavares gets 28k bonus, defeats Chao Magalesh, who gets 20k. Nick Lentz gets 38 bonus, defeats Michael McBride, who only gets 12, and he came in on short notice as well. Drew Dober gets 19 and 19. Defeats Jason Gonzalez, who gets 10k, and he probably gets the stiffest deal in the entire card because he got kicked in the balls and he got fucking sparked out up against the cage really badly. Vicious KO there from Drew Dober, and only 10k in his back pocket. Damn, son. And the other fight on the card was the first fight was Yancy Merdos, 24k plus 24 versus Sean Spencer, who got 17. So that's the official payouts. Nothing too surprising there. You know, Uriah Faber 160k. That's probably not as much as I thought he'd be making. You know, you got Stipe Miocic, heavy champ of the world, earning less than Overeem, which is interesting. Travis Brown getting a pretty decent wage there as well. Fabricio Verdum earning some good money because he used to be the former champ, but still nowhere near the main event and the co-main event. That was a very high wage for Alistair Overeem. I know he's been around the block, but I didn't think his wages would be that high, so he's obviously doing some stuff right. But the thing we gotta talk about it in the comments as well, guys. CM Punk, 500,000. Are you like? I knew he was gonna get well paid. I didn't think he was gonna get that well paid, it's crazy. You know, I mean, 500,000 for 2 minutes work. I suppose obviously he did a lot of training and up to this, but you know, 2 minutes work, 2 minutes in the octagon, and where he showed practically zero skill. He went to bum rush Mickey Gall faked with the punch, went down, changed levels, and then boom, double legged him, turned, rammed him into the cage, and then had his way with him on the floor. So really poor performance from, you know, CM Punk. He did show a lot of heart, determination. You got to give the guy credit, got to give him some kudos for having the balls to step into the ring, but he got wiped. I couldn't have seen that being any more embarrassing for CM Punk other than getting KO'd with one punch. You know what I mean? He just showed practically no skill. Some defensive skill. He did not get tapped out instantly. You could say that, but just very poor performance from CM Punk. And he gets 500k. Now, I know personally from, you know, having the stream up, we live streamed the event, I know that CM Punk had a lot of pop about him. A lot of you guys did just tune in to see CM Punk. A lot of new fans, a lot of new WWE fans, you know, his old fans coming over from WWE Universe, coming over to watch a little bit of MMA, see if they like it, see if they like their guy coming in here fighting, doing well. And there was a bit of pop for him, there was a lot of interest in him. I noticed for sure after the CM Punk fight ended, you know, the viewers on the live stream went down, so a lot of guys that were just in there to watch CM Punk weren't interested in the rest of the card. They just went, nah, that's it, I'm done, cutting it off. So that was very interesting to notice. and also, you know, there was a lot of pop out. So I reckon the pay-per-views from this card were probably a little bit higher than maybe the average card that doesn't have McGregor, Ronda Rousey, someone like a big star on it. So I reckon maybe 600, 700,000 pay-per-views, maybe. Stipe Miocic doesn't really sell too many tickets, but it was a quite a decent like main and co-main heavyweight kind of freaking heavyweight tournament there, kind of at the top. So it was fairly interesting, and it had the CM Punk factor go with it. So I think it will sell about 600,000 pay-per-views. We never really find out how many pay-per-views they actually get. There's a couple of guys. Dave Meltzer is a guy who really gets into the nitty-gritty of the numbers, and he normally finds out, you know, the ballpark of what the pay-per-views kind of did, because the UFC don't officially announce them. So, you know, I think the pay-per-view, the event will do well. It had a good gate. The crowd was pretty fucking pumped up for Stipe as well. The crowd was fucking pretty hyped, and it was a really strange event. It was really strange. But back to CM Punk making 500k. He's got a big fan base, but the problem I have with it is, like, he has a big fan base, but the main reason other guys were able to make the transition, maybe guys like CM Punk, oh, not CM Punk, sorry, we're talking about CM Punk, maybe guys like Brock Lesnar, who made the transition, and there's other guys in the WWE who have wrestled in college and stuff like that, who probably could have maybe had a decent career in the UFC, but decided to go to the wrestling and stay with it. And guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, is like Triple H. There's another guys, I don't know too many guys that well in WWE, but there's a good few guys, probably like 4 or 5 you can name, that have wrestling, you know, college wrestling pedigree, that, you know, would be like Brock Lesnar, who would, you know, be able to dominate guys using wrestling. Now, so if another one of them guys came across from WWE to MMA, you could say, yeah, they do the fight. WWE and UFC does have some sort of fan crossover. Not a big fan crossover, but, you know, a lot of WWE fans would tune in to UFC. You know, they would tune into it just to see their guy fight. Saying that, you know what I mean? You gotta have something else. You can't just have a crossover factor to get, like, maybe like a special deal like CM Punk got. You know what I mean? You can't have you need to have some other sort of level of skill behind that. Maybe a fight before the UFC showing that you're good enough to get into the UFC, like Brock Lesnar did. He had one fight out of the UFC, then he got into the UFC and started doing well. Or maybe it's, you know, you're decorated in the, you know, you have an Olympic gold medal, in, you know, some sort of judo, in some karate, you know, in something, in wrestling, or you have a wrestling pedigree. So you have something else to bring to the table, as well as your fans. You have a speciality, or you have a good experience in one thing. You know what I mean? It was funny to notice John Bones Jones tweeted out, "Oh, fun fight! I can't wait! I want to see Justin Bieber come in next," because that's basically what CM Punk is. He's a celebrity. He is maybe an athlete. You can say he's an athlete in the WWE, but an athlete is just a loose term, really, in the WWE. You know what I mean? You obviously got to be in shape. You can't be out of shape doing all them shows and stuff. But a lot of people are in shape and doing other stuff. You know what I mean? You wouldn't consider them an athlete. You know what I mean? So they're more performers. They're more, you know, entertainers / actors than athletes. So I wouldn't give WWE guys an athlete's, you know, tag. You know what I mean? Definitely not. So coming over, all he really has is, you know, slightly athletic, and he's got a fan base, and that just isn't going to do it. Even with 2 years of training, that's just not going to do it. It's just not enough. He needs to be training, like, you know, I mean, Mickey Gall, for a guy who's young up and coming,10, 13 years in jiu-jitsu. He's a brown belt. So, you know what I mean, once that goes to the mat, a white belt against a brown belt, and white belt who's been training for 2 years won't have a fucking chance. Will get absolutely destroyed. And I think the experiment failed, and I think CM Punk won't be fighting in the UFC anytime soon. Whether he's going to get cut and move to Bellator, or he might fight on a different promotion on maybe UFC Fight Pass, because I've seen UFC Fight Pass promote a lot of the fights, so maybe he'll fight kind of in a different organization, but under the tutelage or under the, you know, promotion of the UFC, where they'd still earn money off him, because he can't earn money in the MMA game. He can't do that. So Bellator definitely would be interested in picking him up and throwing some cans at him and giving him some, you know, chance to actually, you know, get some actual MMA fans, because he can actually show what he can do in a fight. Because he just didn't have, even a guy like Mickey Gall was way too experienced for CM Punk. He needed to come up against a guy who'd never fought before like him. He needed to come up against an 0-0 guy with, you know, just exact same stats as him. So it's very hard to try and find him a fight. Very interesting. And where he goes from here is very strange, and I would like to see what you guys think in the comments. Did he get paid too much? I don't think maybe he got paid too much because he probably brought the eyes that maybe kind of made the money they paid him worthwhile. You know what I mean? So they might have got their money's worth. Obviously, in the cage, they didn't, as a performance, they didn't get their money's worth, but they might have had the pay-per-view buys, the amount of media work he's done up until now to justify that price tag. But he just doesn't justify it in a meaningful, you know, UFC fighter sort of way. It's just like maybe your favorite YouTuber or something, someone who has fucking PewDiePie with millions of subscribers going in and fighting in the UFC with 2 years training, some shit like that. Yo, you know he'd bring the fan base, he'd bring the pay-per-view sales, but would he bring anything else? So that's what I'm just going to leave this video on, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smash the like button. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about the fighters' pay? Did CM Punk deserve a 500k payday up against Mickey Gall, who got paid 30k, which is absolute fucking pittance compared to CM Punk? And you know, he brought the skill, and he was quite good on the mic as well, calling out Super Sage Norcut. I actually would be hyped to see that fight. Two of the most up and coming guys in the UFC with a bit of hype behind them. Would be very interesting to see that fight. Mickey Gall versus Super Sage. Would be very interesting to see that fight. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Tons of videos coming out later on today, so make sure you stay subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.